word that's really important, working memory. We now know there's a whole variety of different kinds of memory storage in the human brain. We used to just think it was either long-term and short-term. That's not true. Working memory is probably one of the most vital kinds of memories, and it involves a complex process. Do this. Working memory means that you have to wire together all parts of your brain to get it to work. Because it's complex, human beings can hold the following number of things in working memory. Working memory means I'm able to manipulate and work with them all at the same time. 5, put your hand up. 5, isn't that wonderful? 5 to 8. That's the most a human being can hold on to, and this is the least that a normal functioning human being should be able to hold on to at a time. 5 to 8. So I should be able to hold on to at least 5 pieces of information in my working memory. It's actually pretty complicated. I've got to do a variety of things to do it, but I can. So what I did when I wanted to make coffee, when I was sitting there and finished the TV program, I put make coffee in working memory. And then I went to a new place, and before I could get settled in the new place, the kitchen, which is where I would make the coffee, the telephone rings. So I didn't quite make it to the kitchen to establish the relationship, which would have allowed me to go ahead and do what? Make coffee. I could have finished it off. But instead, what happened is the telephone rang. Attention, attention, new data, incoming. So what I did is I went and answered the telephone, and the first thing, it was my friend. Now I got diverted a little bit, because what did I have to find? Because the way she did it. Her name, and so that took a little energy. So it's my friend Betty. And then she asked me a question. Do you want to meet? She gave me data at 2 o'clock, at the mall, at Macy's. She told me there was a new chocolate store that opened. And then I had to hold on to the information about that. And then I had to go find the thing that I know she likes. So I had to go do that. And it was the white, shut up. The white. Now that reaction was you trying to give me more data when I was already trying to work with data. And so what did you notice my little limbic did? Right. Shut up, I don't like that. So shut up is a way to say you're trying to do too much and I didn't like that. And it's a fight system. It was an automatic. So people say, shut up, I'm trying to, would you leave me alone? That distress sign is just you're trying to put data in and I'm already processing. Do you mind? And what you want to say is, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry, I was just trying to help you. It's like, what part of I was trying to process data and you're interrupting did you not get? And what's our natural reaction when somebody says, shut up? No, I was going to tell you why I was interrupting you. That's what you want to do. Do this. Go ahead, do it. Y'all love diarrhea of the mouth. You get diarrhea of the mouth. You try to tell them even when they said, don't tell me. You ignore their message back to you because you have important. You want them to understand why you interrupted them. I don't give a shit why you interrupted me. All I'm trying to tell you is quit interrupting me so I can finish what I was doing. Now, some of us are always that way, but guess what happens when you get dementia? Even if you weren't, you become more that way. Guess what happens when you're stressed? Same thing. So professionals, when you're trying to talk to families about, this is what I want you, well, shut up, I can't take it. Family members, you're trying to talk to another family member. I can't hear this right now. Would you? Particularly, you're trying to talk to the one who's the primary because you're observing that their behavior is not helping. And they're going, ah! And you're going, wait, I just want to tell you. What did they just tell you? I'm full, leave it alone. We have a hard time hearing that message, don't we? Because it what means we need to do what? Take that time out. Just shut up.
That's true.
And then when they pause, that's when you say, I'm sorry, I interrupted what you were doing. Because we want to work with them, not fight with them. And if you keep pushing your agenda, do this. Take your finger and poke at somebody with it. Go ahead, poke. How many of you like being poked with that? Would you just be quiet? So what I'm going to tell you, this is a critical message for you to get into your brain and appreciate. When I give you negative feedback, it's not because I'm trying to be ugly. It's I'm trying to get you to listen to me because you're generally trying to talk to me. So I put coffee in there, but all this other stuff. I filled up all the space. Not only the 5. I'm going to have caramels, but you're going to have coconut, and we need to meet at the menswear entrance. So what will I not have with me when I get there? The vacation pictures, and who will I not have called? Margaret, where's coffee? Well, I lost that a long time ago. That's not even on the table anymore. I mean, it's long gone. I don't even have a way to get to it anymore right now. Except if you're a young person, you're young and your wiring is really good and quick, what will happen? What's the first thing I did when I couldn't think what it was? I looked around the kitchen. So the first thing you do is you look around the kitchen. A young person hasn't done that much stuff in the kitchen. So they look around the kitchen and what do their eyes notice? The coffee pot, and they go, cha-ching, drop the penny. They don't have to go anywhere. You're a little older. You've done a lot of things in the kitchen. Some of them we want to talk about, some we don't. But you've done so many things in the kitchen, you can't look around the kitchen and get it to pop. So then you try system number 2. You always go in this order. You talk to yourself. Tell your children it's healthy. Because what you're literally trying to do by talking out loud is prompt the memory of why you came in there. You literally say to yourself, and everybody did it. I heard some of y'all do it. Now, what did I come in here for? Because now you've moved to auditory cueing. You're trying to cue yourself up, because if you say it out loud, maybe it will prompt what it was. It will be enough of a cue to get you to go, cha-ching, there it is. But that didn't work either. Because when you get a little older, it wasn't firmly enough embedded, and there's too many other things floating around now. I've lost it. So I have to actually physically travel back to the setup where I was. And then if you watched, I tried the whole thing all over again. I looked at the chair, I looked at the TV. I say to myself, I was watching TV, the program ended. I still couldn't get it to pop until cha-ching, there it was, right there waiting for me in my working memory. I just couldn't get to it. Normal aging. That's absolutely normal. All of that is normal.
I'm glad to hear that.
Huh?
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So going back real quick to her scenario where she was sitting in the chair and she finished watching her program and went through that whole process of taking the phone, wanting to get up and make coffee, taking the phone call, blah, 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 blah. But she just went through. What were some of the things that you noticed throughout that whole scenario? What things did she do? Or what did she do? What did she feel? What was she, so it couldn't be a specific, it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific, what exactly happened? What were the problems that she encountered, for example? What kinds of things do you remember from that scenario?
She lost train of thought.
She what?
She lost train of thought.
She lost her train of thought.
She couldn't remember her friend's name.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember her friend's name, so that was, she was missing a word. She couldn't think what that word was.
Yeah.
She returned back to the chair to remember what she needed to do
Yeah.
first.
Slower
The coffee.
process. Huh?
The coffee was the first thing. Was that right? The same one?
Yeah. That was the first thing that she wanted to do.
Yes.
But then she took
She
that
lost
phone
her-
call,
yes,
and then
and-
she was making this appointment to meet with her friend Betty, and all the things that she was supposed to bring with her. That's why she said,
Yeah.
it's exactly what I did earlier, Judy, when I went upstairs and I knew I had to get my camera and I had to get the chair. And then I put the chair outside the door and I was like, shoot, I forgot my camera, so I went and got the camera, but then came downstairs and I was like, dang it, I forgot to bring down the chair. So it happens all the time. That was only 2 things I think that I've been up there for. And she said 5. So,
Why did she pick up the phone?
because phone ring.
Let it ring.
Yeah.
Go do
Well,
your thing, focus.
Yeah, except the
Yeah,
coffee
she
probably
said
wasn't
that.
it.
She
Gotta
said
go to
that
voicemail.
Yeah.
in the conclusion.
And I'm sure we're all guilty of that at some point. It just depends on what the task was. So maybe getting the coffee wasn't necessarily as important.
Yeah, because if she make it the coffee, she can go back and take the phone, because when you make it
Right,
coffee,
call
you like,
back,
yeah,
focus.
but she didn't focus. It's because she forgot what she gonna do to.
But
That's the reason.
that was actually supposed to be a demonstration of normal aging.
Yeah.
And that
Okay.
is normal.
So those type of interruptions, but I gotta ask you a question.
So-
Because the same
Go ahead.
scenario happened to me,
Okay.
except I took a call on her phone, because I always answer her phone
Mhm.
to check who it is. I don't want her listening to a marketing scam.
Right.
So the lady told me who she was, and it was a friend. I gave her the phone and I said, she wants to talk to you, without mentioning her name. She talked to that lady for 40 minutes. I timed it. She finally says, oh, I love you too, and hangs up. And she looks at me immediately and said, who was that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it wasn't important.
No, yeah. That's a great scheme of things. So, why do you think there's so much misunderstanding of typical aging?
I think a lot of times we're too hard on ourselves. You know, we expect a great deal from ourselves and don't realize you're slowing down, Lynn.
Yeah. I was probably thinking about my next step. Did she mention when your working memory peaks?
Did she mention what?
When your working memory peaks?
Can
She
you
said
say that?
something
She said like age from like 30 years,
40.
For women, it's in your mid-20s.
25.
Men, it's early 30s. So you guys still have you three still have a wicked. Pinky, how old are you?
43.
Okay, I keep forgetting you don't look anywhere near that. But yeah, so you guys are just getting started still. You haven't peaked yet. The rest of us, it's all downhill.
Asking like, when does it start going downhill? I thought she said 40 at their peak.
And the peak is
She was saying like by 40 you start to realize.
Yeah.
You start to
By
notice.
40 you
the
you
slow.
realize you have
Yeah.
that.
What kind of question, but jumping, I don't know if you
Normally they
can answer that question, but why we got so many people with dementia? Is something like what the nutrition, something, or because that's I just think a lot of stuff, and I says like I want to be like that, but why cause that? What is the main cause?
I think just like we talked about earlier, just we have so much sensory input every single day. You know, working, family, bills, and just adulting in general. We get so much on our plate that it's hard to.
But I think,
Yeah.
That's why I live my life.
I know you
relaxed.
do, but what you're saying is, why are we seeing an increase
Yeah.
in people who are experiencing dementia?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, Jamie.
No, go ahead.
One of the answers to that is that because until not that long ago, it wasn't recognized. So just like children who suffer from autism and they're on the spectrum, and the first thing the diagnosis is, oh, he's autistic. Well, maybe not. Same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, with dementia too, there's over 99 or over 100 different types of dementia. Dementia's not, most people when they think of dementia, they think of memory loss. That's
Yeah,
not the
it's
only,
not-
that's just
yeah.
it's an umbrella term.
Mm-hmm.
So symptoms are different and you'll see signs of, atypical aging doesn't always involve the memory.
It's not anxiety.
Yeah. So, all right. Moving on.
I'm in the living room and I've been watching TV and the program ends and I said, well, you know what? I think I'll go make something to drink because I want something. I'll make some of the stuff that you get. Gonna make it. Phone rings. Hello? Hey, sweetheart. Yeah. Mm-hmm.